So you guys know that I really love Maschine. I used it on my 60 beats in 60 minutes challenge, and this is the Maschine Mk1 in black. Now I've got the Maschine Mk2 in white and silver. So what I wanted to do is just give you a little comparison video, because some of you may be considering going second hand and going for the Mk1, or spending a little bit more money and getting the Mk2. Now I tell you, the big difference for me is the fact that the buttons on here, there's no tactile feedback. I mean, basically you've just got to push it and then push it hard and know that you're actually doing it. You're not getting any kind of feedback. Alright, whereas over here, if I push, don't know if you can hear that, there's a click. Alright, so instantly it feels as if you know where you're at with it. And so I would say probably in a gigging scenario, it's not even the sound of it, you can feel that clicking, so you got more confidence on a live performance, I reckon. So look, coming back, you can see there's a difference here. So we've got the Rotary Control here, which can also depress as well, and this is quite handy when you're doing things like browsing through kits. So I'm going to show you here. So I can rotate up and down going through the kits, and I can select a kit to load up. So that's what it's just done there. Alright, so that's another difference. The colours, you know, you can see here what's going on, whereas on the old Mk1 it's just permanently orange. That's the colour we get on the pads. And over here you've got groups. You can see, just going to shift it up here so you can see the colours. So we got blue, no other colour, whereas on here this is color coded according to the colors you got set up in the groups over here on the laptop. Alright, so that's another thing. The volume, swing, tempo buttons here, so you can switch between these and then use the rotary for that, whereas they're over here, they're presented a little bit differently. You've got to use shift controls and stuff like that. In terms of other differences, obviously the LCDs, so you can see here, it's a lot clearer. If you look over here, big difference depending on the angle, of course. Yeah, for me this is a lot more kind of professional looking, you know, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, in terms of my gut feelings about the two units, this one here is great. It feels, you know, it's a really lovely drum machine, there's no doubt about it, and it was really cool until this thing came along. But for me there's a big difference. You know, in all honesty, this feels more like a professional piece of hardware now, whereas for me this feels like a really good strong MIDI controller. I don't know what it is, it's some kind of subconscious thing going on here. So this one, as I said, MIDI controller, this one professional hardware. Alright, so there is a finish, it feels a little bit more kind of like expensive. That's the only thing that I could say about it. So I would suggest, if you do have a little bit extra money, go for Maschine Mk2, and of course choose your colour. You know, black looks really cool, there's no doubt about it, but I'm definitely feeling the lighter colour here. So this one here, if you want a budget, if you want to save a bit of money, Maschine Mk1, you're going to get all of the great programming and functionality out of Maschine software. This really great interface as well too. Alright, so it's definitely worth the money. But as I said, if you've got a little bit extra cash, go for the Maschine Mk2. Totally worth it, seriously.